This is the main classroom building, this one. We have about 33 classrooms in this building. Trying to develop a new school. Hopefully it's going to be like an academy when it's going to start from nursery all the way to secondary school. Let's begin our work now, so that by God, come April now, if we do the landscape, it's been my life dream that one day I'll build a school to give back to society and to give back for my own Lord. Sometimes, if we have a rush at the hotel, I go to the hotel first. Then later in the evening, I come back here. But most of the time, I go to the hotel and come back here. I think people should be who they are. It doesn't matter if you own a palace or you own a banker. A banker in our local language is a hut, a farm. But as long as it's yours, you don't have to come and stand by it and say, look at me, this is mine, and show people that it's yours. It has to be natural. You just have to follow the flow. I think I'm trying to be natural, that's all.
What you see here are mainly passengers heading for Kabbalah. This is the Kabbalah. A typical day for me at SLRTC will be waking up in the morning at about 5. We would have set out where the buses are going for the day, how many buses to Kabbalah, how many buses to Kenema, how many buses to Bo. We would have got that done at night. The names were connecting back to the people of Sierra Leone, saying, hey, SLRTC is here. It was never dead. I rules SLRTC again. And people begin to look at the names and say, hang on, here's something that SLRTC can be remembered for. And then hang on, SLRTC now goes to Kabbalah that they never did. Hang on, SLRTC never went to Yagoy in the Bont district. SLRTC now does. And you have the names like Madame Yoko's, the Sir Milton Magai's. The names on the buses were for the children. There was nothing political about it. It was for the children of Sierra Leone to not lose grounds in knowing the people before them. Because you've got to always remember, the past is your heritage, whilst the present is your responsibility. The future then becomes your challenge. As you can see, buses ply the routes from Kabbalah to Bo, Kenema, Kono, Pujehu, Makeni, Kambia, Kamabai. Now that we're going into Agenda for Prosperity, what I'm actually looking at is increasing the number of buses. As you can see here, with this sort of crowd, on a regular day like this, you will probably need 100 buses, minimum. Here's a typical example of luggage, which is why we need specific type of buses. I did a degree in public administration at Manchester. A great deal of it in administering government, doing government administration. There are those people in your society that are weak. You can't help it. The pensioners, over 65s. The children who go to school. The disability. How do you cope with them? Government has to take responsibility. That is what makes SLRTC an organization that is necessary for government. It is a lifeline. You have to give people their transportational needs. All my diasporan colleagues, when you're coming, stick to your principles. The president that we have, that I have come to know by virtue of my position as general manager, he has confidence in us. He wants to encourage us. As we go along with the Agenda for Prosperity, those are some of the markers and how we have prospered. And believe you me, we will get somewhere.